Okay, good morning, y'all. I thought I would just put me together a easy, cheesy potato soup. And it's vegan, and I've already got the onion sauteing. I went ahead and cut that onion up ahead of time because I didn't want to cry on the thing. Every time I cut an onion, I cry. I have got to get my little fan set up where I could plug it in right here and have it blow that stuff away when I cut up the onion. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut up this potato just into some bite-sized chunks, and I like a potato soup with the skin on. I've cleaned it. Cannot wait to be growing some potatoes. Gonna be growing probably 3 times the amount of potatoes that I normally grow on the farm because I just love them. Sorry, my hair's in my way. It is chilly. It's in, I think we're up to the 20s now. It's still too cold. And I'm very cold natured, so I'm all bundled up. I'm just cut. There's a little piece on here I'm gonna cut out. Doesn't look too great. I can find a decent knife. I need to get some good knives, I'm telling you. I am not impressed with very many knives. They just don't hold up. And I wished I had a good knife set. So those don't look too great, so I'm gonna cut those little spots out. You could probably hear the onions sauteing in the little Instapot. Here is my little compost thing. All of this goes back into the soil, back into the farm, so nothing goes to waste. And I do the vermicomposting as well as bigger composting for the farm. Here we go, get those all chopped up. And I made the mistake of not getting my bowl out. See, I wasn't quite ready. I had the music turned up and I was just getting after things. That's how I roll. I like it loud. Too bad we get copyright strikes and have to deal with all that. Here's my bowl, and I'm going to go ahead and put the potatoes in here. And it just sounded good. Tonight's date night with my husband. And you know, it's really hard to eat out when you're vegan because there's not very many places that accommodate you. No matter what, they mess up. They mess my orders up every time. The last time we were in a hurry, we were having some friends over and they were bringing pizza, and I can't eat that stuff. I can't even eat, you know, I'm not supposed to have the gluten. I can eat it on occasion, but it does affect me really bad. And I wanted a gluten-free pizza with a balsamic reduction and just the veggies with no cheese. Absolutely no cheese. They seem to have trouble with that. Guess what? They screwed the order up. I went to pick it up. We were in a hurry. We had company come in. They don't know what my diet is. They know I have a special diet, and so they didn't know what to get. So we just decided it's just too hard. It's just too hard. I mean, when you're in a hurry especially, and you want something quick on the run. However, Olive Garden does have a nice minestrone soup that's good. They do have a gluten-free pasta and marinara, and they will accommodate you pretty well. I can do that, but for the most, I really can't eat out. There's just not very many places. So my onion sauteed a little bit. I'm thinking it needs a little bit more. I'm gonna add a little bit more water and I'm gonna run it again, because it's only on like 15, and I am sauteing in water. So it's on 15 minutes, which is okay. So all I'm gonna put in this soup, and I don't have any veggie stock made up. I am going to make some veggie stock. I'm gonna get this little crock pot loaded up, and have that simmering, because there's nothing better than some carrots, some onions, some garlics, and some celery just simmering in a pot, and makes you a very good veggie broth. Oh, it's just absolutely delicious. There's a ton of onions here. I grabbed a bunch of onions, but I am going to be growing a ton of onions this year, and shallots. Also, I'm going to be definitely growing a bunch of leeks. I love leeks. Haven't got to grow them in the last 2 years, and I'm ready to get them going again. We've got plenty of chives growing on the farm. Lots of different herbs. Rosemary, thyme, parsley. I'm going to have to redo my thyme again because the wild turkeys went and scratched it up. I replanted and they did it again, so I'm going to have to figure out a place to plant thyme, also in the geothermal greenhouse, but where they can't dig it up. So definitely going to add some garlic to the, I probably should, did that go on? Doesn't sound like it's on. Well, I guess it is. Anyway, so for my soup, this is just easy peasy for tonight, for date night. Then I'm going to make another soup for this weekend that's probably more hearty. Going to have some red lentils, some green split peas, celery, onion, you know, the whole gamut. I'm going to make it delicious. So on my little potato soup, I'm going to, as I am, sauteing the onions, got the potatoes cut up with the skins on, nutritional yeast, and some plant-based milk, and probably just a smidgen of garlic, and that should be, and some crushed black pepper and all that, and just a little bit of Redmond salt. Should be a nice, just warm, cozy, cheesy potato soup. Now, if I really wanted to kick it up a notch, I could add quite a bit of stuff to it. But this time, I'm gonna go simple, because sometimes simple is good too. And some days, I'm just into simple. Like yesterday and the day before, I really didn't want to be in the kitchen. I know, that's hard to believe, because I love being in the kitchen. I love to cook. But it was so darn cold, and the concrete floors were cold. All I wanted to do was hang out by the fireplace and sleep. I mean, I did. I was kind of lazy, but I guess I got good and caught up on my sleep, which is a good thing. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and chop up the garlic. I probably should saute that in there with the onion. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. A lot of the time I like to roast garlic, and I will roast several heads of garlic ahead of time, and then wrap it up in the fridge, and then when I need it, I can just pull it out, squeeze out as much as I want, and it's ready to go. Because, you know, sometimes time is an issue. I am going to batch cook a little bit today. Like, I'm going to just chop a bunch of veggies up and get them ready in the little jars, so that maybe by Sunday when I'm out of my soup, I can make something else and be ready to go. I do have a big bag of carrots over there, and I will be chopping them up as well. And then get one chopped up for the dog. It's good for a dog to gnaw on the carrots. And I'm gonna go ahead and clean these celery ends up while I'm waiting on that to saute. And then I'll add, as soon as that's done sauteing, I'll add the potatoes and the nutritional yeast and the crushed black pepper and a little bit of the Redmond salt, and that will be just an easy peasy soup. I know, I'm really not exciting this week. But Arnold, I am making some more soup, and this is easy. This is something that you can do, and it'll be nice and warm and cozy. You know, being in Canada, it's like frigid up there. You need some warm soup. And this is so easy. You can even do this in a crock pot, you know. You could roast your garlic ahead of time. You could put it all in the crock pot and be ready to go. Just slow cook it. I love crock pots. Instapots are even better. I've learned to really like those. I never thought I would get one. Once I got one, I was like, I see why people like them so much. They are amazing. Anyway, I'm pretty excited about this year. I'm throwing vegetables on the floor. That'll go in the compost. It's all good. I swept, but I didn't mop. Anyway, gonna be planting a ton of good food. Some leeks, some shallots, some onions, potatoes, some parsnips, carrots, some of the root crops, some broccoli, some definitely cauliflower, cabbages, and all that. Those will be my cooler weather crop things that I'm planting. Some more asparagus. I would like to get a bunch of more asparagus going. I have 3 areas for asparagus, and oh man, it's just good stuff. And I lost my train of thought of what I was actually doing. So I will get this jar opened up and ready to go. And I just rinsed the celery. I do need to chop this up a little finer. I'm gonna move the garlic over here. I probably need like 3 cutting boards right here when I do this kind of stuff, because I take up the whole room. And I got my coffee. And my voice is just a little bit kind of cracky and raspy because of this weather. It's crazy. I mean, we've been really cold. We broke records on the cold, and it does affect me a little bit. I'm too cold to take this hoodie off because it is just chilly willy willy. Even in the kitchen, I'm cold. I'm just not a winter person. I'll chop this up really good and get this into the jars. That way they'll be in the Sub-Zero ready to go. And that way if I get a hankering for some soup, I can throw some stuff in and the hard part's done. And I kind of like that. Now that I have space in this big kitchen, I can do a lot more of that. I kind of got to eat not so great when we weren't in the house and the kitchen wasn't working, and I was so frustrated. I just got to eating crappy because everything was messed up. And now that I got my dream kitchen, I am happy. And I have the room to do a lot of the stuff that I like to do. Okay, so I'm just getting some of this done while I'm waiting on that. Sorry, I planned on that being ready to go. I can go ahead and pause this while I'm waiting on that to finish sauteing and then come back. Why don't I do that? That way I don't bore you to death. Okay, I'm back. So right here, I got the onions and garlic were sauteing, so I got the plant-based milk in here, a little bit of water, just a smidge of nutritional yeast in the potatoes. And so that'll be ready to go. I'm chopping celery, getting that into the jar. And I've got to chop up the garlic for the veggie stock, and then chop up carrots and get all kinds of stuff done. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this in and get this going so it can cook. Add just a smidge more water because I do not want a food burn. Had that happen before, and you want just a little bit of the soupiness. We're going to pressure cook that. I'm going to go for 16. I think that's a good number because probably should only go for 15, but we'll just throw an extra for good measure. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish this stuff up while that soup's cooking, and then just keep chopping the celery up and then work on some carrots after I clean them up, get them all chopped up. And here is the veggie stock getting started, and I'll add more water and add the garlic to it. I was using gloves. Those peppers are hot, take my breath away. So I was trying to get the seeds and it was really hot. Oop. All right, y'all. And then I'll add the crushed pepper as soon as it comes out. I will be back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. And I am telling you, the kitchen smells amazing. I'm getting me a big old spoon. I thought I hit record when I poured the soup into the bowl, but I didn't. So here we go. I added just a little bit more nutritional yeast because I just wanted that cheesy, and it smells amazing. And crushed black pepper, that is a must. Anyway, look at that. Yum, yum, yum. Look. That's gonna be so good. Nice little chunks of potato. All totally vegan. I don't hardly ever buy the plant-based butters. I do on occasion. And that would probably be good in there. And actually a really good cashew cream cheesy sauce would be good. And there's some other cheesy recipes that you can do that are plant-based that are actually really good. If you follow some of the vegan chefs and stuff, you can really, like, I'm making a mess, glean some really yummy, scrummy recipes. That just smells amazing. Now, on this recipe, it is just simple. It's potatoes. I sauteed some onion and garlic. Added some water, some plant-based milk, some nutritional yeast, some Redmond's real salt, and then some fresh crushed black pepper. Can't go wrong. Just an easy, simple meal. I'm gonna let that cool off. I apologize. My voice is a little raspy. I'm gonna finish like some of my meal prep. I'm gonna chop this stuff. I'm not gonna chop the onions ahead of time because onions kind of absorb everything into the air, and they actually pull toxins out of the air. So if you're not feeling good, cut an onion, lay it on the counter. They say that if you put onion on the soles of your feet and put some socks on, it'll pull out all your icky sickies. Grandparents, the great-grandparent, one of my great-grandparents did that. And then also the mushrooms, I'm not going to cut those. I like to buy the whole mushroom and then cut it when I'm using it. So those are two things that I won't prep ahead of time, even though probably could do the onion in the jar, but I'm not risking it. And I like to keep them fresh. Onion will kind of get all mushy, and so I'm not going to do that. But anyway, I'm going to keep prepping some of this stuff, some carrots, some celery. I'm going to drink my plant-based latte and make up some more soup. I'll probably do another video. I don't know if I'll do it today, maybe, if I get done in time. And then, what else was I going to do? There was something else I was going to do, but I forgot. Anyway, I will catch y'all later. Take care.